Okay, continuing with the Saab 9.3 Resto. Hi, Maury here with 316 Automotive. I was able to cut off the original tip and weld it on to the new exhaust pipe because the new exhaust pipe, a Walker system, didn't have it. And as you can see under here, got the hangers, got the new pipe. You can see the decal on it. More new hangers coming through. And get my fingers. Gonna run all the way up. Resonator, more hangers, clamps. Here's the flex joint. Another clamp coming up to the existing catalytic converter, as you can see right there. And there's two cats and there's another flex joint right there. And as you can see, and that leads right on up to the turbo up there. And brand new exhaust system because the other one was so terrible that I had to just cut it all out. You can see it fits pretty well. The only thing that I had to do really was monkey with these hangers that I got from Rock Auto. I got the whole system from Rock Auto, and I had to go with some substitute hangers right here. Let me adjust it. Some substitute hangers on the end here, as you can see right up in there, instead of the ones that came with the kit, because these are longer and I need some clearance because this aftermarket Walker system was hitting. You can see it's fairly tight up here with that hump in the middle of the muffler. So I did that. I went to local auto parts store and took care of that. So that's what I'm doing right now. And getting this thing on the road is a full-time job. Unfortunately, I'm not a full-time mechanic, so I have a full-time job. It's working today, as a matter of fact, and it's a weekend. And so all this stuff here I'm doing part-time. I could turn this car a lot faster, but, you know, I'm only part-time in it. So that's it for the Saab 9.3 Resto. Right now, I'll fire it up here in a little bit and see how everything works. All right, bye. Hey folks, remember the Saab 9.3 that we're talking about? Where we've taken out for a test drive. We need to have you guys along for the test drive. We'll do that next time. But on the test drive, we've gotten rid of 95% of the vibrations in the steering wheel and things of that nature on the front end, because we've taken care of all of the front end with the U-joints, not U-joints, ball joints, etc., everything. There's still a little bit. There's that much more, still a little bit of vibration left. And so my cameraman Reese, say hello Reese.
Hello Reese.
There we go. He suggested, well, that sounds like the motor mounts, because he was looking, he was sitting there and he was putting the engine in park and reverse, and I was watching the engine move here, and but I wasn't really paying attention, but he was, and he looked through this crack in the hood here and he saw the engine kind of moving around quite a bit, and he said, hey man, I think the engine mounts need to be replaced. So I started looking, investigate, and yeah, there is quite a bit of movement with this engine. And of course, I went on a blog on the web and the interweb, and there was a blog about a guy who's got one of these things, and he says the engine and tranny mounts go 90,000 to 130,000, and we're right in the middle of that range. We're at 113 and some change. So yeah, we're right in the time where the engine mounts and tranny mount needs to be replaced. So over here you're going to see this is the transmission mount. It goes right underneath here. It goes right underneath there. You can't see it. It's right behind this fender well, but I can get to it from underneath. And so this is called the transmission mount, even though it's near the front of the engine. This other one on the opposite side is the motor mount, It's on the passenger side, and it's in a similar situation. You got to remove the fender well. And then this one is the rear engine mount. It's a big fat rubber biscuit type thing in there with a metal cup, and that is on the transmission, which is on the aft part of the engine. It's way down in there. So what you got to do is you got to come down here. You don't have to get down here, but I'll just point and shoot. You got to take the catalytic converters off, and I've already taken the spider off, and then you can get to the transmission mount, which is right up there. And but you got to support the engine and tranny while you're doing that. So I'm going to do the driver's side first, then I'm going to do the passenger side over here. The last one I'm going to do is the back mount here, and that's after I get this cat off. But of course, that's a big job. Oh well, you know, I kind of enjoy doing this stuff, so that's what we're doing. I'm going to hang this, the exhaust. I'm going to get a wire and I'm going to hang it so I don't have to take all that off. I just break it at this joint right here, and then everything forward right up to just south of the turbo is what I got to take off. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt, but oh well. And then we're going to take it. We're going to take it back out on the road. We're going to have you folks along for a drive and see if we can get rid of that last little vibration, that last inkling, and I think we'll be good. Of course, we've got a lot of other things going on with it. The whole HVAC system, that's out, doesn't work. We got to figure that out. And
top doesn't work.
On and on. The top, there's problems with the top. It's probably some of the micro switches, because we've had it up and down, but it doesn't. It goes jerkily, so it kind of stops at various micro switch positions. We'll get to that in another video. All right, we'll see you later. All right, folks, as you can see, the Saab is back on its wheels, and everything checks out. The motor doesn't move too much. I replaced the motor mounts, if you remember the last video, and now we're getting ready to go take it for a test drive here. And let me see. Oh, there I am, talking right at you. Maury at 316 Automotive, and here comes my test driver, my daughter Miranda. She's long-legged. All right, let's go for a test drive. I'll fire this up when we get out there. Miranda, you feel any shaking?
Not really.
It's a lot better than what it was. I think those no motor mounts have done their job, along with the new axles and bearings and ball joints and tie rod ends, and lower forward A-arms, and all the rest that I've done to this car. And surprisingly, there's still more to do. Once we get past...
It doesn't have a compass in it.
No.
Once
we get past the intersection there, then we're gonna give it some gas.
Let's ask the Camaro in front to race us.
How's it feeling?
Good.
Good? Go! Put your foot in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, car's keeping up with us.
This thing surprisingly puts your seat back just for a little 4-banger. Alright, I'm going to cut the video off now because I think we're pretty darn good. No vibration that I can see, and you're not reporting any. So we'll get back to this later.